common strategies I've observed over the years are as follows. Strategy 1. Students will multiply the whole number by the denominator of the fraction. This product becomes the denominator of their answer. Then they take the numerator of the fraction, and that becomes the numerator in their answer. The second strategy you'll see is that students will take the whole number and make it the denominator of a unit fraction. Now they take this new unit fraction and multiply it by the original fraction in the problem, and the product they get is the answer. The third strategy you may see is that students will draw a model. And when students do this, it's so powerful because it's a brownie pan model, which they've worked with when they were multiplying with fractions. So this starts to get students to see that connection between multiplication and division. The fourth strategy you may see is that students will find a fraction equivalent to the fraction in the problem whose numerator is divisible by the whole number. They'll then divide this numerator by the whole number and keep the denominator the same. The fifth strategy you may see is that students will write the whole number as a fraction with a denominator that's equivalent to the fraction that's already in the problem. Once they have two fractions that have common denominators, all they need to do is divide the numerators to get their final answer. I really am purposeful in the way I order the strategies and the way I want them to be presented. So as I walk around the room, I'm taking note of the different strategies that students may come up with. And although I talked about 5 different strategies, it's okay if all 5 of those don't come up in your class in one single setting. In fact, it'd be highly unlikely that you would see all 5 of them come up at one time. So I look at the strategies that are presented among the kids, and I'm looking for students to present the strategies from the most concrete to the most abstract. Strategy 1 is really just a pattern that students tend to notice. And although I think this is an important pattern, I don't want students to rely on this pattern because it's really just memorizing. I want students to make sense of the problems. So during this part of the lesson, I'm really looking for different strategies that will help students to make sense of dividing.